2 world records at the US trials, 2 more in the 10,000 metres, and the second fastest time ever in the women's 100. My name is Alex, and this is your athletics update for June 2021. At the US National Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon this June, Ryan Krauser broke the shot put world record with a throw of 23 metres 37, 25 centimetres further than the previous world record, which had stood since 1990, making it the third oldest world record in men's athletics, prior to Krauser's fourth round effort at Hayward Field. Krauser now holds both the indoor and outdoor record in the shot put, and is also responsible for 5 of the 10 furthest throws in the event's history, having become only the third man ever to break the 23-metre barrier in May of this year. Also at the US trials, Sydney McLaughlin broke the world record in the women's 400-metre hurdles, setting the first ever sub-52 second time in the event, with a 51.90 clocking, 0.26 seconds faster than the previous world record set in 2019. Dalilah Muhammad, the previous holder of the world record, qualified for the Tokyo Olympics in second with a time of 52.42, while Anna Cockrell set a new personal best of 53.70 to take the third US berth in Tokyo, edging out 2015 world silver medalist Shamir Little. In the semi-finals of the men's 110-metre hurdles in Eugene, Grant Holloway set a time of 12.81 seconds, a single hundredth shy of the world record set by Aries Merritt in 2012, while Deanna Price became only the second woman in history to throw the hammer further than 80 metres, setting a new American record of 80 metres 31. Sha'Carri Richardson won the final of the women's 100 metres in a time of 10.86, having run a wind-assisted 10.64 seconds in the semi-finals, with Javianne Oliver and Tiana Daniels securing their Olympic qualification by finishing in second and third respectively. Gabby Thomas set the third fastest time ever in the women's 200 metres to win the US trials in 21 seconds 61, a time only bettered by Florence Griffith-Joyner's performances at the 1988 Seoul Olympics, with Jenna Prandini and Anavia Battle also posting sub-22 second times to make the US Olympic team. Reigning world champion in the men's 800 metres, Donovan Brazier missed out on a space on the American team for this summer's Olympics, finishing 8th in the final at Hayward Field. Clayton Murphy took the US title in a world-leading time of 1 minute 43.17 seconds, with NCAA champion Isaiah Jewett holding on for second place with a new personal best, and Bryce Hoppel taking third. Javon Harrison won both the men's high jump and the men's long jump, making him the first man to represent the USA in both events at the same Olympics since Jim Thorpe in 1912. Quinera Hayes and Allyson Felix finished first and second in the women's 400 metres, having both returned to competitive track and field following pregnancies. Hayes' victory qualifies her for her first Olympics, while Felix has made the US team for the 5th occasion, with Wadelin Jonathas rounding out the American squad in the quarter mile. In the men's sprints, Trayvon Bramall ran a time of 9.80 to take the US title over 100 metres, having already set a world lead of 9.77 in Miramar earlier in the month, while Noah Lyles ran a world lead of 19.74 in the men's 200 metres, with 17-year-old Arian Knighton joining Lyles on the Olympic team alongside Kenny Bednarek. 19-year-old Athing Mo ran a world lead of 1 minute 56.07 in the women's 800 metres, despite having been tripped on the opening lap of the race. Mo's trials winning time marked the third occasion that the world lead had been bettered in the 800 metres this month, with Wakwuha Getachew running 156.67 at the Ethiopian trials on the 8th of June, before Rosemary Almanza of Cuba set a time of 1 minute 56.42 in Spain on the 19th. The world record in the women's 10,000 metres fell twice this month, with Sifan Hassan covering the distance in 29 minutes 6.82 seconds at the Fanny Blankers Kern Games in the Dutch city of Hengelo, over 10 seconds faster than Almaz Ayana's record-breaking time from the 2016 Olympics. 2 days later, at the Ethiopian Olympic trials at the same stadium, Letta Senbet Gidey shaved another 5 seconds from the world record, completing the distance in 29 minutes 1.03 seconds. This is Gidey's second world record over an Olympic distance, with her first coming in the 5,000 metres in Valencia in October 2020. Hengelo was also the site of a world lead in the men's pole vault this June, with Monde Duplantis clearing 6 metres 10 on his third attempt at the height, before 3 unsuccessful attempts at 6 metres 19, a would-be world record height. Jamaican sprinter Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce set the fastest women's 100-metre time this side of the millennium in Kingston this June, stopping the clock in 10.63 seconds. This makes Fraser-Pryce the second fastest woman ever over the 100 metres, overtaking Marion Jones and Carmelita Jeter on the all-time standings, with only 3 times set by Florence Griffith-Joyner in 1988 being faster than Fraser-Pryce's efforts from Kingston. The two-time Olympic champion also set a new personal best in the 200 metres this month, breaking the 22-second barrier for the first time in her career at the Jamaican National Championships, posting a time of 21.79 seconds, with second place Shericka Jackson also setting a new personal best of 21.82 seconds, 23 hundredths better than her previous personal best from 2018. Reigning Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah took the third spot on the Jamaican 200 metre team with a time of 22.02 seconds. Also in the women's sprints this month, Blessing Okagbare ran a wind-assisted 10.63 at the Nigerian trials in Lagos, a time equal to that of Fraser Price, but one that will not be recorded as an official personal best due to the 2.7 metre per second tailwind that was measured during the race. Strong winds also helped Yulimar Rojas to a leap of 7 metres 27 in the long jump at the Spanish Club Championships, a distance that would have stood as the furthest women's long jump of 2021 had it not been wind-aided. The triple jump world champion did, however, manage to set a wind-legal Venezuelan record in the long jump of 6 metres 88 in the same competition, surpassing the previous record from 2020 by 26 centimetres. At the Arena Shavinska Memorial Meeting in Bydgoszcz, Poland, 18-year-old Christine Mboma from Namibia ran the 400 metres in 48.54 seconds, making her the 7th fastest woman ever over the quarter mile. Mboma's time from Bydgoszcz took 0.68 of a second from her previous personal best from April, and looks set to become the new under-20 record in the event pending ratification. Her effort also improves upon the African record by over half a second, and makes her the world leader in the event, a label that had been held by Shawnee Miller-Weibo since April. The same meeting in Bydgoszcz was the site of Anita Wlodarczyk's best throw in the hammer since her knee injury in 2019, recording a distance of 77 metres 93, a mark that only Deanna Price and Brooke Anderson have surpassed this year, making her the most likely candidate to upset an American sweep of the medals in Tokyo. Florence held the only meeting on the Diamond League this June, where Jakob Ingebrigtsen broke the European record over 5,000 metres with a time of 12 minutes 48.45 seconds, 1.26 seconds faster than the previous record set by Mohamed Murit of Belgium in August of 2000, just under a month before Ingebrigtsen was born. Hagos Gebriwet of Ethiopia finished second, and Mohamed Ahmed of Canada third, while Mohamed Katir of Spain in fourth became the third fastest European in history over the distance, overtaking multiple Olympic champion Mo Farah on the all-time list. At the same meeting, Jasmine Camacho Quinn of Puerto Rico won the 100-metre hurdles in 12.38 seconds, a time that only she has run faster than this year, while Sifan Hassan ran her second fastest time ever in the 1500 metres, completing the 3 3/4 laps in 3 minutes 53.63, just 4 days after setting her short-lived world record in the 10,000 metres. Women's 200-metre world champion Dina Asher-Smith lowered her season's best over the half lap, with a meeting record of 22.06 seconds, while Omar McLeod set what was at the time a world lead of 13.01 in the 110-metre hurdles, only to miss out on the Olympic Games later in the month owing to cramp at the Jamaican Championships. Angelika Sidorova cleared 4 metres 91 in the pole vault in Florence, making her one of 3 women to jump 4 metres 90 or higher this month, with Holly Bradshaw doing so at the British Championships in Manchester, with her first time clearance of 4.90 standing as a new national record, while Katie Nagiot set the world lead of 4.95 in Oregon. Bydgoszcz, Poland was the site of an 8.62 effort in the long jump this June, set by Markus Rem in the T64 category at the European Para-Athletics Championships. Rem's jump is 2 centimetres further than Miltiadis Tentoglu's world lead in the long jump, but will not stand as an overall world lead due to concerns that Rem's prosthetic leg may give him an unfair advantage over non-disabled athletes. Nonetheless, Rem's jump extends his world record in his disability category by 14 centimetres, and his performance earned him the European title with a distance of 1.64 m separating him from the silver medalist Marco Cicchetti from Italy. Other highlights from the European Para-Championships include Marcel Hug defending his 3 titles in the T54 800 metres, 1500 metres and 5000 metres, while 16-year-old German racer Merle Menya won 2 gold medals in the women's T54 400 metres and 5000 metres, and also earned silver medals in the 100 and 800 metres. Jamaican sprinter Veronica Campbell-Brown announced her retirement from athletics at the age of 39 this June. Campbell-Brown is credited with having led Jamaican success in the sprints over the past 2 decades, with her 2004 Olympic gold medal in the 200 metres being only the second won by a Jamaican woman. She successfully defended her title in 2008 and won 5 other Olympic medals throughout her career, as well as 11 medals at the World Championships, placing her among the most decorated individuals in the sport's history. Also retiring this month is British and Scottish 400-metre hurdler Eilidh Doyle, who won the European title over the one-lap hurdles in 2014, as well as World Indoor bronze over the 400 at the 2018 World Indoor Championships. Doyle also won 3 consecutive silver medals at the Commonwealth Games, including at the 2014 edition in Glasgow, where she was seen as the face of the Games, and went on to be the Scottish flag bearer at the 2018 Games in the Gold Coast. Doyle gave birth in January 2020 and had planned a return to the sport, but ultimately decided against it due to the delay of the Olympic Games. Nonetheless, she will end her career as one of Scotland's most successful competitors ever in the sport of athletics. June saw the tragic passing of Qatari 400-metre runner Abdelellah Haroun, who was killed in a car accident at the age of 24. Haroun won the bronze medal at the World Championships in 2017, with an impressive final 100 metres moving him from 8th to 3rd. Haroun also took the 2016 World Indoor silver medal over 400 metres, and is the reigning Asian Games champion over 400 metres, as well as in the 4x400 metre relay. Haroun had been recovering from a hip injury in the hopes of racing at this summer's Olympics prior to his fatal accident. The athletics community also experienced the loss of Indian athlete Milkha Singh this June. Singh won his country's first ever Commonwealth gold medal in 1958 with a victory in the 440 yards, and also took Asian Games titles in the 200 metres and 400 metres in the same year. Singh's best performance at the Olympic Games was a 4th place finish in the 400 metres in 1960, where he set a national record of 45.6 seconds, a time that no other Indian competitor would beat until the year 2000. Singh passed away on the 18th of June this year at the age of 91. The Court of Arbitration for Sport and the Athletics Integrity Unit have released updates on the doping cases of numerous athletes this month. World champion over the women's 400 metres, Sawa Eid Nasser had her appeal partially upheld by CAS, reducing her period of ineligibility from 4 years down to 2, following her 3 missed whereabouts tests in 2019. The verdict means she will be unable to compete at the Olympics this year, but her world title and Asian record will still stand. South African long jumper Luve Manyonga will be ineligible to compete until December 2024 due to his missed whereabouts tests in 2020, with rumours swirling that his missed tests are linked to his persistent struggles with recreational drug use. American middle distance runner Shelby Houlihan is barred from competition until 2025 after testing positive for the steroid nandrolone, despite her claims that she unintentionally ingested the substance through a pork burrito. Alex Quinones, the Ecuadorian sprinter who won 200-metre bronze at the 2019 World Championships, has received a whereabouts ban for missing 3 tests in the space of 12 months, and has had his case passed on to the disciplinary tribunal of the Athletics Integrity Unit. However, Sergei Shabenkov, the 2015 world champion over the 110-metre hurdles, was found to be at no fault after it was determined that his positive drugs test from December was caused by exposure to medication for his infant son. Since being cleared, Shabenkov has been named as part of the Russian Olympic Committee team for the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. And with that, you are up to date. The coming month will see athletes participate in their final few competitions prior to the start of the Tokyo Olympic Games on the 23rd of July, with the athletics action commencing on the 30th of the month. Thank you for watching, please consider leaving a like on this video and subscribing if you've enjoyed what you've seen. And I would love to hear your thoughts on recent stories from the world of athletics in the comments. I hope to see you soon for the next Athletics Update.